Pontius Pilatus, prefect of Judea.
Okay, so it does confirm the biblical message.
Yes.
Wow. So do you have any picture of that, or anywhere we can we can find this?
Oh, hold on. This one, if you go to Wikipedia, and if you go to you go to Google, say the Pilate inscription, it will give you many sources.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So your actual
or you go
sources.
to public libraries. You know, some of us we have theological books to Bible geographies, and we've been reading.
All right. So
Okay.
so how do we know they are authentic?
Yes, you see, knowing something to be very authentic depends from the source you are reading from.
Okay. So Wikipedia is a trusted source, right?
Not really that everything on Wikipedia is trusted.
I greet you, beloved, and I welcome you to Lawson Media. You know for sure that whenever I get in my city, but we dismantle those several assertions that be made against Christianity since time immemorial. I'll be get to it since there are several lot of ideologies around the world. There are several isms around the world. Seriously, we will always have an encounter with those that do not accede with what we believe. And whenever your faith is being attacked, you are called to defend your faith, and you have to give out tangible reasons on why you believe what you believe. What we get to remain. That's exactly what is stipulated in the Bible. In 1 Peter 3, verse 15 and 16, the Bible says, but sanctify the Lord God in your hearts, and always be ready to give an answer to anyone who asks you reason for the hope that is in you with meekness and fear. You see, so that is a classical biblical apologetical passage in the Bible. And surely I'm having Brother Peter Polley on the line. We're taking a quick break, and surely we're going to give you proofs that indeed shows that the Bible is accurate, the Bible is authentic, the Bible is genuine, the Bible is an inspired word of God, and indeed God exists. Quick break, and we are returning. You're welcome back, beloved. Surely, you know for sure whenever you're meeting up with Brother Peter Polley on the line, surely you know for sure you're going to study a lot. Make sure to take your book, take your pen, and note down certain things. How we get to me, they're actually going to help you a lot, and they're going to fortify your faith. Well, Brother Peter Polley, good morning.
Good morning, brother.
How are you, please?
Oh, I'm good, and you?
By God's grace, I'm also doing well.
Right.
I hope you are very well prepared for the topic today.
Oh, already prepared.
The Bible is authentic, right?
Very authentic.
The Bible is very
authentic.
genuine, accurate, and it's inspired, right?
The Bible indeed is from God.
Please, how do you prove this?
All right. You see, one time I think we made a discussion about certain rivers and certain localities that were
the
in the Bible.
and Tigris, Gershon, and all that.
Good. But today I want us to go deep a little bit. We're going to talk about 9 discoveries that confirm the Bible proof for God.
9 discoveries that confirms the Bible.
The Bible proof for God.
The Bible proof for God. Okay.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
And it will prove to you that the Bible indeed is authentic.
Wow.
Very authentic.
Okay.
And you see, if you read the Bible in John chapter 18, verse 29.
Okay.
You see that when they were persecuting Jesus, Jesus was taken to a man called Pontius Pilate.
Very true.
So the Latin will say Pontius Pilatus.
The Latin is Pontius Pilatus. Right? Okay.
Yeah. And this Pontius Pilate, if you read, you hear his name. Pilate then went out to them and said, "What accusation do you bring against this man?" So it means Pilate was part of their ruling government.
Okay.
And you see something, if there has been a discovery.
I think he was a procurator, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
And in 1961, okay?
1961.
Yes. Archaeologists uncovered a stone that has large inscription on it. Pontius Pilatus, prefect of Judea.
Oh, in 1961, right?
Yes.
Archaeologists found a huge stone.
Very good.
And on it there was the inscription Pontius Pilatus.
Pilatus, prefect of Judea.
Prefect of Judea. Oh, okay.
Yes.
And what does that show? Like, what does that tell us?
All right. You see, in Judea, okay, around that area, whatever the Bible described where Pilate was and whatever was happening, archaeologists are always trying their best to prove that the Bible is indeed from God or not from God. And you see, these archaeologists, many of them too are not Christians.
Very true.
Many of them, because they are being sponsored by atheists who are very rich and the rest to disprove the Bible.
Very true.
But when they get in there, okay, Pilate was at this area. Okay, this person was at this area. And they dig, or they find around, and they go to those tourist areas. After making a discovery, then they realize that this was mentioned in the Bible. It was said about this, and we have discovered this. Man, it's true. The Bible is indeed from God.
Wow. Wow. So you mean you gave a biblical verse, and that is Matthew chapter.
No, John 18 verse 29.
Okay, John 18 verse 29, and what actually Pontius Pilate. Pontius Pilate was located in Judea, right?
Yeah.
He was a prefect in Judea.
Judea.
And also, when these archaeologists digged up this stone, what is it? The actual location where they found this stone was Judea, right?
Yeah.
And it was written on it, Pontius Pilate.
Yeah.
Wow, Pontius Pilatus. So
Pontius Pilatus, prefect of Judea.
Wow. Okay, so it does confirm the biblical message.
Yes.
Wow. So, do you have any picture of that, or anywhere we can we can find this?
Oh, hold on. This one, if you go to Wikipedia, and if you go to you go to Google, say the Pilate inscription, it will give you many sources.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So your actual
or you go
sources.
to public libraries. You know, some of us have theological books to Bible geographies, and we've been reading.
All right. So
Okay.
so how do we know they are authentic?
Yes, you see, knowing something to be very authentic depends from the source you are reading from.
Okay. So Wikipedia is a trusted source, right?
Not really that everything on Wikipedia is trusted.
Okay.
And that is the main reason why we have some other blogs who also wrote about it.
Okay.
So Wikipedia wrote the same thing. About 10 or 15 blogs also wrote that was what indeed happened.
So
If you go to YouTube, there are many people visiting that area, and the blog is there. People are even taking pictures and the rest. You also find it there.
okay, I really want us help our addresses very well, so I would know for sure, like, what are some of the stuff that indeed shows that we need to consider about a source to actually ascertain its authenticity and genuinity.
All right. Now, one thing is, on the internet, if you don't have those books to read, as some of us we do have.
Okay.
Yeah. And you go to the internet, one thing you have to consider is search for sometimes apologetic press.
Apologetic press. Okay.
Yes, apologetic press. And then you can, when you open that apologetic press, there are people who are also in there to also bring out things that people are always having problem with, and they are fighting over, debating and the rest.
Okay.
Okay. And then when you search something on the internet, don't depend on one source. Before you conclude, read about many other sources.
Okay.
And if about 10 or 15 sources list on what you have been reading from different sources, then it means that it proves authenticity of that program you are talking about.
Okay, so it's just like how we study the Bible. If you study the Bible, if you come across some construction by some writer, perhaps Matthew, and maybe you don't understand it well, you have to compare it with, or you have to search other other writers, or and what actually they said about the same thing.
You have even reminded me, yeah.
Okay.
You see, the Synoptic Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and then John or Toptic, they speak about the life of Christ.
Very true.
And as you are saying, so I went to Matthew chapter 28, verse 18 to 20.
Okay.
Then I read something about Jesus said, go in and preach the gospel, baptize them in the name of the Father, blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
Maybe after reading, I have to go to Mark 16, verse 15.
Okay.
It's the same message because Matthew was also writing that account.
Okay.
And then Luke 24, verse 47 also wrote that account. So as you are saying, for me to be able to speak well, to convince people, to let people understand or grasp that concept, I have to make sure I read through the Synoptic Gospels based on that topic I'm talking about. If it is a Great Commission, then I have to speak through.
Okay.
So it's the same thing when we are making research. And I know that every being or every scholar or every student who really want to do a good job on his research must not depend on one source.
Okay. That's
source
right
will make you incapable to prove something.
So you see, I think that's the problem with Abraham Ben Moshe, Yehuda Quintana, and co. You see, that's their problem. I think most of the times when you dive deep into their researches and all, they get to know they have limited information, and that is fallacious.
Yes.
Yeah, the fallacy of limited information. It's logically it's fallacious. You need to compare your information with other informations and all that. You need not to say that I want this, that if I've gotten this data, then that's all. I've concluded everything, and I can jump into conclusion that Jesus Christ never existed or something like that. Sometimes, like when you consider some of the sources of the information, you get to know that the writers were actually having some pent-up resentment for even the person or the character. Okay, so I think that's helped a lot. I think any historical history student knows these 5 W's. Okay, you have to ask certain questions when you're searching on the net or wheresoever. You need to ask of why, who, what, when, where, and all that. All this helps you a lot to ascertain for sure the information is very much authentic. May God bless you, brother. And what next? And I think also people talks also about the Hezekiah tunnel. What about that one?
Yeah. All right. You know, Hezekiah's tunnel.
Okay.
If you read 2 Chronicles chapter 32, verse 30.
2 Chronicles 32, verse 30, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it stated that the same Hezekiah also stopped the water outlet of Upper Gihon.
Okay.
And brought the water by tunnel to the west side of the city of David.
Wow.
You understand?
Yes, please.
Okay. Now, this Hezekiah, okay, if you read about Hezekiah, you will see that Hezekiah, sometimes some say Ezekias, was the son of Ahaz in the Bible.
Okay, he was
and
the son of Ahaz.
King of Judah. Yes, the son of Ahaz.
Okay.
And the 13th king of Judah.
All right.
According to the Hebrew Bible.
Okay.
You know, the Tanakh.
The Tanakh, yeah.
And, yes.
Torah, okay, Nevi'im, Ketuvim, yeah.
And in the Bible narrative, you see that Hezekiah witnessed the destruction of the northern kingdom of Israel by Sargon's Assyrians.
Yeah.
In 622 BCE.
Okay.
So you see, if you realize this, it means that what the Bible describes on Hezekiah constructing a tunnel so they can get a water outlet, that thing is still there. Recently, I went to YouTube. I searched Hezekiah's tunnel. White men, they were there taking pictures. They were speaking. Some of them were happy. They were talking about it. You see, that's why I told you on my previous
You mean program. It is still there at the same location?
It's still there. It's still there. So I'm talking about this century. What
But
is being discovered?
has that area now become desolate?
Ah! You see, it's old. But
Okay.
it's old. It's old though. And they have never desolated. You see, white men are smart. They know history. And they know that it will bring money to them. So what something that can attract visitors, they will never destroy it.
Okay,
You understand the issue?
I understand it.
Even if an atheist become a president over there, he will never destroy it. You see how wonderful God is.
Wow, wow.
And
So,
this president and leaders that are leading many nations, many of them they are occultic and then they are not even Christians. Many of them are you understand, but they know. That is why I said there isn't all the things that are only written in the Bible that are maintained in the Bible. There were historians who also wrote whatever was happening. So if an atheist discover a book not within the Bible, you will realize that this standard was built by somebody called Hezekiah. He doesn't mind the Bible. So you will just keep it there. It's a tourist attraction. But if
Okay.
you go to the Bible, you see how wonderful it is. So historians and these people also wrote many things.
wow, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's there.
So-
Let people go to YouTube and search. People are even visiting there. Tell
Well,
them to go to YouTube.
I think I will not I will not stretch you much, but do you think some people also can say that we've heard that in the Bible, and surely people might try their possible best to build something that can represent what actually the Bible said, so that they can help it prove the idea that indeed the Bible is accurate. What do you think about that one?
You see, one wonderful thing is these areas, sometimes we are talking about those areas, many of the places are being occupied by Muslims and pagans now, not
Okay.
even Christians there.
Okay,
So how can they build to represent something?
okay. So the people
Because
around that
this-
area also do
Go
counts.
to Israel and these areas now. It's been captured by Muslims.
Okay, very true.
Many of the places, yeah. So how can they build it to prove the Bible
So
authenticity?
I think what can help improve in this authentically has to do with we going to the Bible, and we ascertaining that the Bible spoke of this particular place, and the Bible they give a description of the actual tunnel of Hezekiah.
That is it.
You get that, and maybe through excavations we ascertained that the same place the Bible talked of is the same place we've discovered.
Mhm.
Okay, so does the place correspond with the biblical location?
Exactly. You see, if we have the Bible, okay,
Okay,
if we have the Bible, you read 2 Chronicles, chapter number 32. Tell them they should read the whole chapter.
okay,
You will find everything over there.
okay. I
Yeah.
got you. So I got you. So that was Brother Peter Polley for you. Surely he's given us two proofs that indeed affirm that the Bible is accurate, the Bible is authentic, the Bible is genuine. Okay, and you need to believe in the apostolicity of the Bible. Surely he's given us the what is it, excavation on the Pilate inscription. Okay, and where actually the Bible said Pilate used it to locate, or was is actually what the archaeologists discovered, and this really proved that the Bible didn't lie and God is real. And also Hezekiah's tunnel, he's also spoken of this one, and surely archaeologists actually located the actual place the Bible spoke of, and surely they ascertained it over there, and there has become a tourist center or a center for tourism or tourist attraction, and it really speaks a lot about the Bible. It tells us of how genuine and accurate the Bible is. So, Brother Peter, I think we need to add some other one. Then we continue. I think you said there are 9, right? So
Yeah.
we're going to talk about 3 today, and we talk of that's three tomorrow, then 3 the next time. I'll be getting with me.
All right.
Yeah, because I think we need to get more time to dive deep into them, and we need to explain stuff about them. Don't have to just be
Okay.
running like that. Okay, so
Okay.
what about the Taylor Prism?
All right. You see, this is the place I like most. And in 1830, a name Robert Taylor. If people have heard about
Yeah,
Robert Taylor?
Robert Taylor. Was he not a terrorist?
Yes.
Okay.
And he
a mafia,
uncovered
right?
a 15-inch. Yeah, I see.
He was a mafia.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this man uncovered a 15-inch clay tall cylinder. 15-inch.
15-inch.
Yes, clay tall cylinder.
Okay.
And you see, there are 500 lines that were written on the clay cylinder.
Okay.
Okay, the 500 line of text that were written on the clay cylinder, and it was put that by a man named Sennacherib. If you have heard that name before, king of Assyria.
Yeah, Sennacherib. Yeah.
And this man was always on the Israelite. Okay.
Yeah.
It was not easy. Okay, and on that day, he was named 720. They wrote on it 720 BC to 683 BC.
Okay.
You understand?
Yes, please.
And what was written on the clay was, as to Hezekiah, the Jew, he did not submit to my yoke.
Wow.
I laid siege to 46 of his strong cities,
Okay.
wall forts, and to their countless small villages in their vicinity, and conquered them by means of well-stamped earth rams and battering rams.
Wow.
You understand?
Yes.
So these people, if you go to Second Chronicles chapter number 32, verse 1, what Sennacherib wrote on that cylinder, you find it there. You find something there that represents.
Wow.
You see, and if you read Second Chronicles chapter 32, let them read the whole chapter. They will be surprised. So they're making research not from the Bible, but from different sources. People indeed are visiting that area. You see, God indeed is God.
Yeah.
He always wants to prove himself that whatever he wants to do is indeed authentic.
Wow. Wow.
So this cylinder, go to white man place. They are going there, taking pictures. Wow, they are speaking about it. And the thing is, if you go there, those places, it's like when immediately you see that indeed these are Asian places.
Okay.
Okay, I watch a video about Corinth. Corinth.
Yeah.
And this Corinth with the Aphrodite and the rest, they never touched the place because Corinth was a very busy and business place at that time.
Okay.
So the modern day Corinth, they have reserved the ancient time Corinth there, and people were visiting. And this is the place. Though some of the places have destroyed, and you see how wonderful it was.
So you see,
So the
like,
Bible.
looking at all these, I think they're actually amazing, and I think they are helping us prove the accuracy of the Bible. Okay, it tells us that the events that took place in the Bible, the events the Bible recorded, actually existed or actually happened. They do correspond to reality. They are real, right?
Real.
So can we discover stuff like this about the Quran of Muslims?
No. I don't think. And you are a debater. You know much about the Quran. Such things are not in the Quran.
But you see, like, there are nothing like pre-scientific foreknowledge in the Quran. There isn't anything like that. Okay, Muslims try their possible best to create something for the Quran, but there isn't anything like that. Even there are mathematical errors in the Quran, and there are scientific errors in the Quran. You get that? Here being a case, even in the Quran, Allah says that the mind, the heart thinks. Okay, heart conceptualizes.
Yeah, that's what sometimes we do say. Your grandmother is talking and you want to listen to your mother. Then the choice is yours.
Yeah, and the Quran even calls the Bible his master. You get that? It's master, because in Surah Al-Nisa, ayah 47, the Quran says that it came to confirm the Bible.
Okay.
Its message came to confirm the message of the Bible. Okay, and seriously, there are many stuff about the Quran that indeed proves to us that it isn't inspired. Okay, it isn't authentic. It isn't genuine, because all these we are discovering about the Bible can never be discovered about the Quran.
Quran, and it's true. And even I heard that in the Quran it is written that if you don't understand anything, go and hack the Bible.
Yeah, that is Surah Al-Yunus, ayah 94, Quran chapter 10, verse 94.
So sometimes I don't know, and you know I have some Muslim friends. Anytime I meet them, they become so violent. You see, on some discussions, I was like, this is just discussion. You are very angry. I don't know if reading the Quran sometimes it makes you like that.
You are calling it just a discussion. They don't take it as just a discussion, and anything that goes beyond what they should know or goes beyond the questions that they need to be asked, seriously, they get pissed because they don't have answers for you.
Oh, okay,
And
I got
if
it.
they keep on entertaining you, surely you are actually going to help them say goodbye to their faith. Thus, they have to appeal to force. Okay, they appeal to force. That is fallacious. They do that so that you can just put You can just put a pause to what actually doing with them. And that's sometimes like people are engaged in the debate with them, and they appeal to popularity, they appeal to tradition, they appeal to force and all that, so that they can protect themselves. Because several many people fear debating Muslims, all because they think they are radicals or vandals or barbarics and all that. But one thing is, the Quran isn't like the Bible, and it can never be like the Bible.
Never.
It can never be like the Bible. Yeah.
This Bible we have, you see, one thing I made a video about the authenticity of the Bible, and I used Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John only. The fourfold Gospels. The synoptic and authentic.
Okay.
After making the people who were not Christians were like, wow. You see, God made it in such a way that those people who were writing about Jesus, not only one person will write. So that in case, because God didn't possess them like us, an evil spirit will possess something and you'll be speaking without your mind. No.
Yeah, very true. That's why the Bible is a divine book.
Yes. God makes you to witness whatever is happening.
Very true.
He gives you time. Then through the inspiration and the Spirit helps you, reminds you what happened and what you're supposed to write.
Yeah.
And God used Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John to write about our Savior. So that in case Matthew is human being, he's writing according to his own capability, his strength. We all have IQs. So if Matthew cannot remember this, I am God. I want Matthew to be genuine and truthful. So this is what you remember. Okay, Mark also remembered. Okay, then you read or then you find the actual message, and that proved the authenticity of God, showing us that Jesus indeed is a hero. So a hero. A president comes to Ghana, and many people are taking pictures and videos. Not only one person. Everybody wants to take picture.
Very true.
And our Savior comes to this earth, and only one person writes about him. No.
Very true. And one thing people are not noticing has to do with the pattern of their reports. You see, so people will be like, the message of Matthew somehow differs from the message of Mark. Sometimes like Matthew gives further explanation, Mark makes it summary, or Luke gives further explanation, but maybe Matthew or John makes it summary and all that. But one thing is, everybody knows, or every reporter knows, has to do with the idea that a supplementary information isn't a contradictory information.
That is it.
Yes, supplementary information isn't a contradictory information. Yeah, so people will have to study well the Bible.
Oh, you see, look, hold on. See, these people, sometimes I just see them and I laugh at them. You take mathematics book, you follow principles to understand.
Yeah.
Once you were in school, you took mathematics book, you follow principle, you were learning that pi r squared, this principles to understand. If it's something created by human beings, anything created by human beings or written by human beings, you have to follow principles. When you buy books, you read the preface and the rest to know what exactly it entails and how to use that book.
Very true.
Then you tell me that the Bible that is given to us pertaining to our salvation must be just written anyhow.
Wow.
No.
That is unfair.
Yeah. And that is why God has made it in such a way that there are some principles that we should follow, so you can really understand what you are writing. Because he's not an ordinary God. How can a God give us something just anyhow. No, at least you should read and feel and sense, okay, actually that I'm reading this from God.
Very true, very true. And one thing that is amazing also has to do with, before we wrap up or we end this program, one thing that is very much amazing has to do with the fact that, you see, it's just like what is going on right now between Hamas and Israel. You see, we are not there. We are Ghanaians, right? Yeah, we are Ghanaians. But are we? Can we write something about what is going on between Hamas and Israel? We can. You see, so that is it. So I think if there comes a time, or there comes some next generations, and they hear about this, and they will be like, no, nothing like that ever happened. Okay, and perhaps excavations would go on, and maybe they would come to Ghana, or they would do some searches on the net, and perhaps that time technology would have been advanced a lot. Okay, and they would be able to discover stuffs fancy. Oh, even Brother Stephen spoke about this on Lost in Media, or this person spoke about it on this media station, and all that. All this helps them to affirm what actually went on in Hamas, between Hamas and Israel. The same applies to the Bible. The events that happened, or those write-ups in the Bible, when God was through his people, his holy men, penning down things, people were around watching stuff that were going on, and they also penned down certain things, and they kept them for notification, or they kept them for memory. And all this helps helps to know for sure that the Bible is authentic, because they also lived around, and they were contemporaries, and they saw what went on. Though they were not inspired people who wrote something, but they also kept something because it happened at their time, and it proves the Bible's accuracy.
That is it.
Wow.
Exactly.
So
and you see, as we are using the internet now,
okay.
Okay, me personally, I've been writing articles on the social media.
Oh, that's nice.
I've been writing, and it's on blogs.
Okay.
So when I'm dead and gone, in this internet and these blogs, people can review those articles I wrote. That shows that Polley existed.
Very true.
And myself, I am doing something that people around me knows me.
Wow.
And if those people who knows me, one day I'm not there, and they go and read, this is the Polley they have been speaking about.
Very true.
So the thing is, look at these stones. Okay, this ancient time, they didn't have the cameras as we had.
Very true. Very true. Bro,
so God gave them wisdom. If they really want us to remember something, they have to put it on something that can never be destroyed. And these are the big stones they were writing.
Very true, very true, bro. I think I do not care too sure, but I think the time has been, we've exceeded the time. So we will, I think, chip this into the next section. Okay, the next program we will have, and I think you're going to help us a lot. And I've studied a lot from you. May God richly bless you. My addresses, I think, has also been blessed, and they've actually ascertained for sure that the Bible is genuine, it is authentic, it is accurate, and they should abnegate any idea that the Bible was written by someone anonymous to deceive us or something like that. The people keeps on saying this, but Arman and also that of Abraham Ben Moshe and Co. They keep on saying this, but they've not been able to prove anything. They'll be like, someone hid somewhere to write the Bible, but they have not been able to prove to us this person hid somewhere to write the Bible. Well, your final words, and we ended up.
Yeah, my final word is, whatever we have mentioned right now, please, I need people to go and also make their research.
Okay.
And what I want people to do is, especially those people who do not believe in the Bible, if they are listening to us, they should make research and come and disprove to us that whatever we said was wrong. That's what we need now. It's a challenge we are throwing.
Wow. So it's a challenge to you, the listener. If you think what we are saying over here is not true, or if you think the information Brother Peter Polley is delivering onto us is a lie, make sure to do your searches and disprove us at the comment section. Or you can also pick up the number on the screen, call and tell us what you would love to challenge, or you would love to debate Brother Peter Polley, or you would love to debate us on the topic we actually disclosed right now. Until then, we are going to continue to give you proofs that actually prove that in the Bible is authentic or genuine or it's accurate. May God richly bless you. We ended it up here. Brother Peter Polley, may God richly bless you. Brother Baini and all of you out there who helps us in sharing this program, subscribing to the program, and also liking and dropping your comments. May God richly bless you. Shall we meet up here once again? Bye-bye.